Welcome everyone. Gonna be having a look at XRP chart. I do have people asking me, what's my favorite platform to trade XRP? So this is also gonna be a small tutorial for people wanting to learn more about spot trading. And here we see that XRP is taking a small dip right now. So we are trading at $2.37. This is the live chart. I'm also gonna make some XRP price predictions. And there are some key factors that we want to have a look at this chart. This is featured by Bybit actually. And as you can see here on the bottom, it's the trading view chart on Bybit. So I'm going to be buying some XRP. I think now is a great moment. However, there are some key factors that I want to clarify first. Zoom out. I mean, it looks like we are having a dip, but whenever you go to the weekly chart, the situation already looks pretty different. And if you go to the monthly chart, well, that's when everything changes. So you can see that XRP is still up nearly 500% from these levels here. So remember, we had 5 years to accumulate for 50 cents, 60 cents, and right now we are at $2.37. So XRP still sits as the best performing asset on this bull run. If you go to the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap, I would dare to say perhaps on the top 50 by market cap, XRP is still the best performing asset. Now, let me show you how I place a trade here. That's more for beginners. So you have two options to trade. One is by market buying and the other one is by limit. So if you buy market, you're just gonna instantly fill an order, as you can see on the screen here. And that's not gonna give you the best price. But if you're doing a small order, that's all right. So let's say if you're gonna trade $100 or perhaps $300, that's fine. But if you're gonna trade anything above $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000, then I highly suggest you to go for a limit order, and then you can just, for example, try to catch it at $2.37.42, which is the current price. As you can see, the price already increased slightly. So in this case, I can set a buy order, let's say of 300 USDT, and you can just tap to buy XRP. By the way, I am using all my USDTs because in Europe, we are no longer allowed to actually hold USDTs. I mean, you're going to be forced to swap all your USDT to MiCA compliant stablecoins. In this case, I just prefer to buy some XRP. Can you guys hear me? I think that just to be sure that my mic it's working properly. And by the way, this is the first live streaming that I do alone, so it kind of takes some time to get used to the fact that I have to deal many windows at the same time. Usually I have Versan, David, Vandel, or perhaps if you are Spanish, you might be familiar with my Spanish friends, Francisco and Raul, and they always help me when doing live streaming. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Let's see if my order went through on XRP right here, I guess. Let's see. Yes, I just bought, I think, 150 XRPs. And people ask me why I am showing Bybit. Well, I am collaborating with Bybit, and honestly, I have also the Bybit card here, so it has been working very smoothly for me. You know that Bybit was hacked. There was this hack a couple of weeks ago, $1.4 billion. And the main reason why I am using Bybit now is because my trust in this platform increased exponentially, meaning that despite they went through one of the worst hacks in the entire history of crypto, the fact that they were able to allow everyone to withdraw from the platform definitely increased my confidence. So that's why nowadays I am trading on Bybit, and also it's very smoothly. So there are other platforms right there, and I'm talking for the European users. Right now in Europe, when you do a deposit on exchanges, they ask you a lot of information. So you have to provide from who belongs the wallet that you send your funds. You also have to say not only who is the person, but what is the origin of the fund. So you have to say, for example, is it a cold wallet? Is it something from an exchange? And Bybit's not asking me anything of that. So the deposits just go through instantly. Now, slightly coming back to the XRP chart, yes, I do think we're gonna hit $10 in 2025, and I'm gonna be throwing a huge yachting party at Mykonos when that happens. Please drop me some comments there so I can keep updating my guest list. However, what I want you to look on XRP chart is I'm not even paying that close attention to TA. I'm not saying that buy orders or sell orders or support levels are not something real that we shouldn't be paying attention to, but I want you to look for the volume, right? So let me change the time frame here just a second. I'm actually more used to trade on my phone than I am used to use the computer, but for the purpose of the live streaming, I did set this on the computer. So let's see the 4-hour chart. Actually, the 1 hour already works. So as you can see here, when we had this huge candle here that took us all the way to 257, and actually above, we have a wick here that took us even beyond $2.57. You can see that there was a huge spike on the volume, and this was likely insiders. I guess this was related with the end of the SEC lawsuit against Ripple, so there was a lot of speculation happening. And you can see that the volume basically went non-existent. So right now, as a matter of fact, we have very low volume. And if we compare even to when XRP was trading above $3, the volume is actually something around 300 to 500% lower. So as you can see, the volume just keeps going down. And I'm not saying that's bearish for XRP. I'm just saying that in order to see new highs, it would be very good to have more volume to support the price action. Otherwise, we get the type of price action like when we had, remember the fake news about the SEC lawsuit in the past that we were at 50 cents, suddenly we go to $1, and then we just dropped all the way to 50 cents again. So we want long-term sustainable action, and in order to achieve that, we need to have a higher volume. Otherwise, what ends up happening, you see here, the volume is extremely low, and right here the volume is far greater. So we do need a greater volume to make new highs and have sustainability of price action. Now let me show you some of the benefits also, that why I like to trade on Bybit. First, it's because it's very smooth. You can see that the interface is very user friendly, and second is that I do like the Bybit VIP program. So you have several benefits by using Bybit. By the way, I have a partnership with Bybit, and as I said before, the reason why I have chosen to partner with them is because after the Bybit hack, it just became the most trustworthy exchange out there to trade your XRP. Let me see some comments here. Karin asks me, what's my maximum buy price for XRP? Honestly, I don't have a maximum buy price. If I truly believe this price is going to keep going up, I used to do the Bitcoin example. So if you go back to 2013, you see Bitcoin at $500. Would you stop buying Bitcoin at $1,000, or would you stop buying Bitcoin at $10,000 if you knew Bitcoin was going to $100,000? So it doesn't make sense, in my opinion, to set a maximum buy price for XRP. Yes, I have bought XRP at 16 cents. I bought XRP at 50 cents. And also I bought XRP today, as I just showed you on the screen, at $2.37. So I plan to continuously buy XRP if I truly believe this technology is going to revolutionize cross-border payments, derivatives market. So I don't really have a maximum buy price. Perhaps one day we're going to be at $100 per XRP, and I'm going to be still buying XRP, and I'm going to still be sitting on my bags, because my ultimate purpose for XRP is not to just sell it for fiat currencies, although I do take profits with other cryptocurrencies, but my ultimate goal is to borrow my XRP with interest to the banks, so I can actually give a loan to the banks and make money out of the dividends that I can generate from my XRP. That's why I am already positioning myself in jurisdictions where the dividends are tax-free. So for example, I was in Cyprus just 2 weeks ago. I was ready to set a tax residency in Cyprus because there is 0% tax on crypto dividends. Therefore, I am already getting ready for the moment when XRP really takes off and goes $100 or $1,000. It's not a financial advice, I'm just sharing my plan. Now, let me show you also some of the broader benefits of the VIP program of Bybit. So if you are an active trader like myself, and just let me swap the window here, because in the end, this is also a collaboration that I am doing with Bybit, and I'm gonna drop all the links for the programs on the description of this video. And I truly believe on what I am telling you. So it's not just something I'm putting for the sake of doing an advertisement. I'm truly confident that this is the best platform to trade right now. So as you can see, the VIP program of Bybit gives you several benefits. You have multiple tiers of VIP programs. So you have all the way from VIP 1 to Supreme VIP. So if you are an active spot trader like myself, and I do like to do spot trading, it's one of my sources of income, although sometimes I do leverage, but I try to stay away from leverage trading. Let's say I do leverage perhaps 2 or 3 times per month, and I do spot trading almost every day. So I do sell and buy cryptocurrencies, and that's one of my sources of income. Now, if you are an active trader, I highly recommend you to give a try to Bybit VIP program. You're going to have reduction on the trading fees. You know, some exchanges, they have extremely high trading fees. One starts with this letter here, but I'll not be mentioning. Probably you know which one I am talking about. And here you have some of the exclusive benefits. One is OTC trading, so you have 0 transaction fees, instant settlement, large trades up to $10 million at competitive rates. You also have the VIP card benefits. So this is also an intelligent way to cash out your crypto gains. So you can use the Bybit card, and the way you do it, and that's not only for Bybit, but you can simply send your funds towards Bybit. And one great way now is to use USDT, since in Europe we are no longer available to have USDT. So basically, you send the USDT to Bybit platform or whatever exchange you wish to use, and then you send the funds to your funding wallet. And the funding wallet is where it gets connected with the card. So that's a very intelligent way to cash out your crypto gains, and you can also get the benefit of not paying taxes. As far as perhaps you don't send $10 million, then I think you're going to have problem with taxation. But so far, I have been doing it in a very smart way. So I do cash out using this card over here. It gives me a lot of benefits. You can also have the X subscription. Oh, sorry, I dropped the card here. You also can get the X subscription for free. So if you use X and you have the Bybit VIP card privileges, you have 10% cashback. You also have the physical cards, fee waiver, and express delivery, and most importantly, Telegram and X Premium subscription with full rebate. So you also have more benefits here, as you can see on the screen. Some of them with the VIP program, you can join the VIP meetup. So it's also a great way to do some networking with the community. You also have global events, you have VIP gifts, benefits, and well, there are so many benefits on Bybit that I'm gonna drop all the details that you need on the description of this video. Now let me get back to XRP chart, and let me also answer some of your questions here. Yeah, we have the small dip still going on. Let me see the screen and some of the comments. Any news on Japan XRP adoption? Honestly, there has been a while since I haven't updated myself on Japan, but I'm gonna be working on that and gonna be making some posts on X. I know that we have many banks that are looking to use XRP Ledger on Japan. Buenos dias a ti también. This is not a Spanish live stream, but I do speak Spanish as well. Trump is ready for XRP regulations and tax-free USA cryptos. Yes, I totally agree with that one. I really think that the US government will be backing up some of the American crypto companies. One of them is Ripple. What do you think about XRP meme coin ecosystem? That's a great question. I'm not a huge fan of meme coins, but let me get this straight. So you have Solana's ecosystem has been mainly fooled by meme coins. So most of the Solana price action happened because a lot of people were using Solana as a gas token or as spot trading for meme coins. So the point I'm trying to make here is that as more people understand that Solana is not the chosen currency and that Solana is not a robust blockchain such as the XRP ledger, so you do have a lot of downtimes on Solana versus on XRP you only had 3 downtimes in the entire history of the XRP ledger. So it's a natural process that the XRP meme coins ecosystem is going to grow exponentially. So I do think you have a lot of opportunities with XRP meme coins. I mean, if you knew billions of dollars or perhaps even more are coming towards the ecosystem, and honestly, XRP ledger is still behind on terms of DeFi, that's true, but that's where lies the opportunity, I would say, because that's going to be a huge migration of capital coming from Ethereum and also coming from Solana. And that capital not only is going to raise XRP's price and the market cap of XRP itself, but it's also gonna create a ripple effect, no pun intended, as would say Versan, and that's gonna affect the entire ecosystem. So that's gonna rise the price of XRP meme coins. That's also gonna rise the price of native tokens built on top of the XRP. For example, XRP Healthcare and MXI are 2 great technologies built on top of the XRP. So when you have massive flow of capital towards XRP, it's natural that you're also going to have an increase in the price of the meme coins. So I'm not telling you should go there and gamble on meme coins, but perhaps choose the ones with the strongest narrative and the ones with the strongest communities. And I think you have great chances to make possible gains with a meme coin. So I'm not a fan of meme coins, but I'm also not stupid to just close myself to a possibility. Why should I be ignoring that, right? 𝗕cie Garcia asked me if I speak Portuguese. Sim, eu falo português também. I speak 7 languages, and honestly, it has been a while that I have been trying to improve my Greek. For example, I live in Greece. I also speak Spanish, I speak Italian, French, and honestly, it took me a while to get very fluent on English to go for example, for a live streaming. That's not my native language, but I hope that I am getting better by each live streaming. So I'm really practicing my communication skills and learning to talk more eloquently, as it's not my native language. But yes, I do speak. I lived in Portugal many years, so that helped me with the Portuguese. Kevin asks me, Edu, when are you selling Hedera HBAR? I don't plan to sell Hedera as well. I do like the Hedera ecosystem. It's not a blockchain, it's a hash graph. However, when you look to Hedera's how it's called, the governing council, and you have companies like LG, you have Google, you have IBM. I mean, I just don't have a reason to sell my HBAR. I just love HBAR. We can also take a time to see HBAR's chart here on Bybit. So yes, HBAR is my top 6 crypto holding by size. I mean, I hold a lot of Hedera. Right now trading at 18 cents. Let me see the monthly chart. It has been a while I didn't check it. Honestly, it's not looking so beautiful like the XRP chart, but that means that Hedera is still extremely undervalued. And I do think I met Hedera's team in Paris, and honestly, they are working very hard for the ecosystem. So Hedera is going to be, I'm pretty convinced, one of the top performing assets in the next months to come, perhaps years. Someone asked me, what have you found about Cyprus benefits? Well, you do have great benefits on taxation in Cyprus. So, well, if you are a Cypriot, not really, but if you are from abroad and you say there is a taxation regime which is called non-dom, which stands for a non-domiciliant residence in Cyprus. So basically, if you get your residency there for 2 weeks, sorry, 2 weeks, no, for 2 months every year, and you stay 60 days in Cyprus, that means you have zero taxation on crypto, on your crypto gains. So you have no income gains, no tax on your crypto gains in Cyprus, and also it's 0% gains on the dividends. So let's say you have 100,000 XRPs, and in the future you are lending your XRP towards the banks, you will not have any taxes on that. But it's not, don't take this as a legal advice. I'm just saying that you have great benefits in Cyprus, and perhaps you also need to check if Cyprus has any treaty with your country. I know, for example, with the United States, that's more difficult. But if you are European, that's pretty simple. So you just go there, set the residency for 60 days. You can also give up on your local tax regime. In my case, for example, I'm going to fully move my taxation towards Cyprus. I really don't need to still have a tax number in Greece, despite the fact that I am living in Greece. Now, let me see if I covered everything that I wanted. I'm just checking here, guys. Give me some seconds. Someone sent me a question, I guess, in Chinese. No, I don't speak Chinese, neither Japanese. Perhaps in the future, you know. Let's see how XRP adoption goes in Japan. I might want to learn some Japanese. Someone says about Verge XVG. And let's see what he says. I heard it's the... Honestly, I don't have an opinion on XVG, but I do have some inside information from people that I trust, and they have told me that XVG, it's a great choice. I know it's also related to ISO 20022. Honestly, I'm gonna do some deeper research on XVG. Sometimes it's so many currencies. Honestly, we really don't have time to check all of them. Now let me see if I was supposed to cover something extra about the Bybit program here, which is the main reason I did this live streaming. More questions, guys? Please drop on the comments, you know. Do you own a trade? 𝗕cie Garcia, yes, I do trade other currencies as well, and honestly, I like to do spot trading sometimes with XRP too. My advice, if people are trading, find 3 or 4 charts that you are familiar with, that you really start to pick up on the behavior of the coin. That's what I do with XRP. That's what I do with XLM, for example. And you can do spot trading, so you can literally make money. Let's say when you have these dips here, as you see on the Bybit chart with Hedera, imagine you just, if you are able to catch the moment is making a dip, for example, here, and you just do some swing trade and sell here, you can make a living out of that. And I have done that through multiple phases of my life, so where I really pick up the movement on the chart. So I would argue that you have far better chances of succeeding if you want to be a trader by doing spot trades than doing leverage, because leverage, honestly, there's too much manipulation on the markets with big players, institutions, that they really come to hunt your orders sometimes, especially now in times where there's low liquidity. I have seen this personally. I placed orders of $20,000 or $15,000, and they can come to hunt your stop losses. Why do you think it's worth holding XRP for a long time? On board and card, I didn't. HBAR, I guess, and Cardano. Well, why I think it's worth holding on the long term? I mean, there are so many angles where I could answer this question. But mainly, if you understand, XRP is poised for global adoption, and we haven't even scratched the surface of derivatives market or the potential of XRP to be integrated by a technology like SWIFT. For example, I would argue, why should you sell XRP if there is a chance that we're going to see 100x or 1000x on such an asset? Now, what are you planning to sell? Well, I do have large holdings in other companies, sorry, not companies, in other currencies. For example, I bought large sums of SHX, and I also bought large sums of Vilo, and I was overly exposed to that assets. They performed extremely well. So I took profits like 50% or 60%, and I'm going to leave the rest for the long run. But honestly, guys, we also have to live, right? We have bills to pay. So I'm not saying that we should hold your cryptocurrency forever. At some point, you also have to convert those cryptocurrencies to something else. For example, real estate. You can also go for gold, silver, and you also need some cash. If we have a correction, you also want to be sitting on some cash, and you have the possibility to buy the assets for a cheaper price. That's what I did with Velo and SHX, which, by the way, are two of my favorite digital assets. Looking some comments here. Give me a second. Why is the supply not bought up already? Honestly, that's a good question, by the way, but I highly recommend you to go on X and search for an account which is called XRP Wallets, and he tracks a lot of the OTC transactions. He tracks a lot of the trades that are happening behind the scenes, and he provides great updates on the supply of XRP. I did a video on that. It's called the XRP supply shock. Also, you can look that up on my channel. I don't remember the numbers, but it's approximately only 10% of the XRP supply that perhaps is sitting on retail's hands. So there's going to be a supply shock in the future. I promise you that. The only reason that we hadn't seen one yet is because the liquidity is very low on the crypto markets right now, and we still had not seen the full scale of utility. Right now, I think we are at an intersection of utility markets versus speculation, and that goes for XRP, XLM, and others. But there will be the switch moment, in my opinion, and I think it's going to be around $10. When XRP is at $10, I think that's a significant level we should be watching too. So that is a specific reason why I have said at $10 I would be throwing a XRP yaachting party at Mykonos. Someone asks me in the comments if Bybit is available for New York residents. Let me ask someone from Bybit's team here. For New York residents. Well, I just asked. I hope they will answer me and I can give you the answer. But I tell you that I have been using this on Europe, and so far has been the best exchange. There is the one that starts with C. That for me is the worst one because they have extremely high fees. So that being said, if XRP goes to 1 trillion, is that not basically maximum $10 per coin? Honestly, I would advise you to not look so much for market cap. I use market cap when I am trading meme coins to have an idea of the price, but cryptocurrencies are not inherently owned like stocks. So what I mean by that is that all you need for XRP's price to go up, you don't need an extremely high market cap, but the price of an asset in the end of the day really comes down to one single denominator, right? And that is buying orders versus selling orders. So all you need to do to have a higher XRP price is reduce the circulating supply. So let's say that supply dries out because it's being utilized for Nostro Vostro accounts replacement, or perhaps it's being utilized for ODL transactions by Ripple's partners. So the less supply you have available, the lower the market cap has to be for XRP to hit new highs. So the more you reduce the circulating supply, let's say you only have left 1% of the circulating supply on the exchanges, that's going to dictate how high XRP can go. So you don't need XRP to go to 1 trillion market cap. But that being said, if XRP only captures, let's say, 10% of the derivatives market, which right now is sitting at, I estimate, $1.4 quadrillion per year. So if we capture 10% of that, that would already skyrocket XRP's price above $100. So You have many angles where you should look for that, and I would argue that when trading cryptocurrencies, unless you are buying the last released meme coin 30 minutes ago, I would not be looking at market cap at all. That's an illusion, honestly. You don't think there will be a massive drop? 85% drop last cycle and 95%. Yes, I think there will be a massive crash. I think that crash is already happening. And I have done a video on why I think there will be an 80% market meltdown. However, I think that's going to affect more the cryptocurrencies that, number one, don't have an utility and are driven mostly because of speculation, not because of real world use case. So you already have all the Ethereum ecosystem, the ERC20 tokens. Look for the charts. Let's see some of the charts here so I can demonstrate what I am trying to say. Just let me go back to Bybit here. So let's see a great example, perhaps. Well, Ethereum is a great example, but Matic is not called Matic anymore. It's called Polygon. So let's see this chart, for example. It was one of the best performing assets on the previous bull run. Now set on a monthly time frame. And sorry, I'm sharing the wrong screen here. Just a second. So there we have Polygon, right? One of the best performing assets on the previous bull run. This has real use case and has active DeFi users. Now, why is Polygon sitting below bear market prices? I would argue that we, XRP, XLM, perhaps XDC, Velo, SHX, we had the privilege to have a real bull run because our assets did 500%, 600, 700% gains. When you look to the majority of the crypto markets right now, you will see that they are sitting below bear market prices. Why is that? I already said that not only the meme coin activity on Solana, the president of the United States market manipulation with the meme coins that they launched have sucked all the liquidity out of the crypto markets. Also, it has caused dilution. So there has been not enough liquidity to pump all of the coins. It's too many coins. If you look for versus the previous cycle, we have probably a 10,000% increase in the amount of tokens, and the result is that there will be never enough liquidity. So most coins will continuously sit below bear market prices, and as the market meltdown approaches, the market's already pricing in the economical conditions that the global economy is going towards. So if you see credit card delinquencies, the hyperinflation, fiat currencies continuously getting devaluated. I mean, the price of living keeps going up, but people's wages are not following it. So people also have less participation in the market. So it's going to be basically an institutional bull run. So it's going to be the institutions moving the prices up with lower participation of retail. So answering your question, yes, I think there will be a 80% drop. And I wouldn't even look to previous cycles because I don't think it's going to be the same. I don't think this bull run is going to have the same performance for the majority of tokens, but I do think it's going to be a unique bull run for the utility assets. Hope I made it very clear. Bybit work in the US, 𝗕cie, let me see here, someone I asked. I think it's not available for New York City residents. So if you are European, I think Bybit is the best possibility, the best exchange right now. Is XLM or HBAR better for ROI long term? Honestly, I think XLM. XLM for the reason that they are building CBDCs on top of Stellar. You have the CBDC of Ukraine built on top of Stellar. Stellar is shamefully undervalued. I mean, never underestimate the power of Stellar. I know there's a lot of food about XLM, but honestly, XLM is my second to holding. So I said HBAR is number 6. Stellar for me is number 2 by my holdings. Not a financial advice. I'm just sharing my strategy. Just a second here, guys. I'll buy the dip, but will not sell and wait for a dip that might never come. Well, honestly, I don't personally always wait for buying the dip. Sometimes the dip never comes. Remember when XRP went from 50 cents to 70 cents and then to 90 cents, and people decided, I will wait for the dip, and the dip has never arrived. Now, if I look let me show you the XRP chart once again here. I want to say something. So, okay, monthly time frame. Let's go for the weekly. Remember at this point here, you had 3 years to accumulate XRP at 50 cents. Now, 90% of people, I would argue that 99%, hopefully the viewers here, people who watch my channel, they bought it. But let's say that when XRP was probably around here, 80 cents, this was a great entry point considering all the run that we had to do in the following months, but still people wanted to wait for the dip. So I don't really think people should wait for the dip. Honestly, it's better to buy XRP and then wait than wait to buy XRP. I hope that clarifies. Main option for now is just hold. My opinion, if we're talking about the XRPs, the XLMs, yes, I have been holding for the past years, and honestly, I don't regret of this strategy. That being said, yes, I took profits with other cryptocurrencies, and I think everyone should be taking profits in other investments as well. There is highly uncertainty for the markets right now. Yes, I remain 100% bullish on XRP, and even the structure, if we look for XRP's chart, as far as we don't lose the $1.95, there is a strong support level there. However, as far as we keep on this trend here, let's say above this, that's pretty bullish. I mean, I'm not really trying to time the markets. I understand that TA can change overnight. It sometimes goes for the M2 money supply, the central banks issuing more money. That can change everything. But as far as we remain above the $2 here, I think we are going to push for newer highs. Perhaps even without BTC. And if we look for XRP versus Bitcoin chart, you see that it's basically the decouple already begun. So no reason to be selling XRPs in my opinion. Borja Manrique, qué pena no haberte conocido antes. Si hubiera conocido a XRP en 50 céntimos, sí. Bueno, no pasa nada, todavía vamos a los $10 y ahí tendremos más una fiesta. Qua Luis mi fa una domanda, comunque risponderò in inglese, così mi... he's asking if I'm Italian, by the way. He did a question in Italian, but he asked me if the value of XRP is going to also go up once they issue the digital euro. I truly believe, yes. I truly believe that the digital euro is going to run on top of the XRP ledger. In Europe, we have, it's called TIPS, Target Instant Payments. And I have made a video you can look up on my X account. And you will find out that the European Central Bank is already utilizing the XRP ledger for payments, and it's called the TIPS payment system. It's an instant payment. If you are European, you are probably familiar with TIPS. So if you go look for that, and considering that the Bank of France has successfully tested on the XRP ledger, there's a high chance that they're going to build the digital euro on top of the XRP ledger. So that's inevitably is going to increase XRP's price. And we have the digital euro rolling out in October. By the way, if you are European, I would not leave that much money on the banks. I really don't trust the European banks, and I have some reason. That's not the topic of this video. However, I do think that you should be very careful when holding money on European banks. I would trade Bitcoin to XRP. It will worth much more in the future. Yes, if you did that in the past 3 months, you would be much better doing than Bitcoin holders. I truly believe that. All crypto transactions will show on the XRP ledger. Yes, I truly agree. They can also create rapid versions of Bitcoin, for example, and Bitcoin can flow through the networking of the XRP ledger. So they can tokenize Bitcoin on XRP. Can you tell me more about the party in Mykonos? Yes, I can tell you. Well, at $10, it's going to get started. I already contacted multiple enterprises in Mykonos. I use it to help. My best friend organizes one of the biggest parties in Athens, and we had some connections in Mykonos. We already organized events, so I have everything ready. I mean, up to 3,000 to 4,000 people we have the capability to receive. So if you want to be a member of the party, you just drop your name on the guest list. I have to keep updating that. It's so many people that drop the names on X and also here on YouTube. Just give me a second here. So this is just, I just spoke to someone from Bybit team, and they say that it's not possible on the United States to do it because of compliance. So yes, I do think it's most for Europeans and perhaps people that are outside of the United States. Where is the guest list? Well, I do have on my phone. It's private. I don't like to. Some people, they don't like their names to be on public, but I promise you, I do have a guest list, and it's about 4,200 names from the last time I checked. But I do think that not everybody that's on the list will come. I think some people will not be able. So I estimate that from 1,000 to 2,000 people, and I think that's already huge. Honestly, it's enough to take over Mykonos. Yeah, Stephen Morris, I just added you. I'm gonna write your name here, man. One more question. What do you think about Quant? Oh, that's a tricky question, man. I did a video about that. People wanted to murder me. But Quant is built on top of Ethereum. It's an ERC20. And Quant already had a massive run. So let me show. Let's see the Quant charts here. As I say, the ERC20 ecosystem for me, it's dying. It's drying up. And Quant right now is not looking so good. I know it's also, I think Quant, the company, is ISO 20022 compliant, and that's a positive advantage. Also, the fact that Quant offers a lot of interoperability. I mean, it enables multi-chain. Perhaps Quant's going to be the reason that Ethereum can survive, perhaps. But honestly, I think you have better options than Quant. You have coins that didn't have a major run yet. And look at the chart, honestly. It's sitting below bear market prices. I have said 6 months ago, I did a tweet. Also, people wanted to crucify me. I said, I just sold all my quants to XLM. It was the best decision I did on this bull run. XLM was below 10 cents. 𝗕cie Garcia, yes, I added you to the guest list too, man. Thanks for the comments and thanks for the support, guys. What's your take on XDC? Man, XDC, it's my top 3 holdings. So my 3 ones, if you follow me on X, you should know that it's XRP is number 1, XLM is number 2, XDC is number 3. XDC, you have all the oracles on Xingfin network, which is huge. It's like they are going to enable a transition of all the data. Imagine on XRP we have the tokenization of real world assets, and XDC you have something extra which enables to tokenize all the data that is, for example, on the internet. They have what is the so-called oracles, which is about extracting all the data of the internet and transferring that on the blockchain. Also have far greater smart contract capabilities on XDC. So XDC for me is the Ethereum killer. And I also think that the market cap of Ethereum is going to split between XRP, XDC, and XLM. And honestly, XDC, one of my favorite coins. As I said, it's number 3 for me. Long-term dream is go to the Greek islands. Yes, the summer in Greece is fantastic. I think everyone should come to spend at least a week or 10 days, not only for the yachting party. I'm looking forward for the summer. I spend most of my summer in the islands. I mean, I live in Athens, so it takes me perhaps 20 minutes or 30 minutes by boat. I can be on the first island already. So for me, it's just, I love Greece. Why I am afraid of European banks, and where would you keep your money for savings? Well, I got a call yesterday from a very respectable friend of mine, someone that has quite great inside informations, and they are predicting that some major European banks in Europe can go down. And there's some platforms that you can speculate, can place bets on world events, and they are actually putting as an option to bet on European bank failure. So we have like a 50% chance by the odds. So I'm getting worried about the European bank situation. You know, they plan sometimes to come for your life savings. We have right now the CBDCs. Just a second, I have to plug the charger here. Yeah, I'm back. So they can come for the savings of people on the banks as there be a liquidity crisis. Second, they're going to roll out a CBDC in October. Christine Lagarde has said that openly. So I would be watching very closely the European banks. You know, 2013, we had already that to happen in Cyprus, Greece, and some other European countries. That can happen overnight. And what are the alternatives? Well, I am heavily stacked on gold, heavily stacked on silver, digital assets, real estate. They also can't touch real estate. And honestly, I have little cash on the bank. I also have physical cash. Physical cash is always a great option. I was in Cyprus and was looking some real estate developments, and I remember the lady there told me that I was not in Greece in 2013, so I didn't really know how that happened, but she told me in one day we were celebrating Carnival. In the day next, the banks were closed and our money was gone. And she told me the only reason why Cyprus went through this crisis without major catastrophic events like people killing each other is because they have a very strong sense of community and they have preserved the family traditional values in Cyprus. So the fact that people were able to help each other was the main reason why they didn't have a catastrophic scenario where people would burn everything down, you know. But remember, they already came for the savings on the banks of people in Europe. And I think that's going to happen once again in the next months, if not in the next years to come. If you were saving for a mortgage, yeah, you need money in the bank and not assets. Well, you can also use assets to demonstrate your financial capabilities. You don't only need the mortgage. You can perhaps, let's say they give you a 70% mortgage, you can have 30% in cash, or you can have 15% in cash. And the banks, they're also going to evaluate if you have other real estate, for example. So if you can demonstrate to the banks that you have properties, they're also going to give you a better interest rate. Well, guys, I think for today's live streaming, it's my first live streaming alone. So give me some feedback how it went. I remind you that you can go back to the beginning if you are interested to learn more about spot trading. I have demonstrated some of the reasons why I have chosen Bybit for a partnership with them, and also why I use Bybit for spot trading, and I also use the card here. You're going to find all the links on the description. Someone says, I am red in Ethereum. Do you think it will go for a high, go back to a high and then sell or swap it in a loss? That's a very, very difficult question, because honestly, even I was considering to buy some Ethereum now, because honestly, the performance is so bad that it's like when everyone lost their hope for XRP, and XRP did a 500x move. So perhaps Ethereum still has one last shot. So I don't want to say yes or no, I mean sell it or no, but I don't have a crystal ball. But I tell you, even I consider buying some Ethereum now for a short flip, perhaps buying some at 1,900, selling all for XRP at 2,500. That's something I had in mind. Didn't take the trade yet, however. And I think on the long term, Ethereum has no future, honestly. Okay, yeah, thank you, everyone. I hope I was able to clarify some of the questions. I'm trying to be more close to my audience. I think live streamings are great. By the way, these are my anti-blue light glasses. I have the lights here, and the lights, they really harm my eyes, so I like to use these glasses. It's not for the style, guys. I know some people ask me, but honestly, they help me also to fall asleep faster. And let's see what's happening with XRP now before I close the streaming. It's the same as when I started the streaming. Yeah, I always say, when in doubt, just zoom out. If you see the monthly chart, it looks good. If you see the 1 hour chart, it doesn't look good. Always zoom out, and that's gonna give you sorry guys, I have to drink some water here. But moral of the story, always zoom out, and that's gonna give you a better perspective of what you are invested in. That being said, I think $10 is the next step for XRP. I think that's going to happen within a couple of months, and I don't really think we need BTC to be $120,000. I think as far as we don't have a major catastrophic event, something like a black swan event, I do think we're going to see $10 very soon. And I am happy that we haven't seen yet, because Mykonos is still cold now in March. I mean, it's 10 degrees, 12 degrees, 15. And I would prefer to have a party in a sunny environment. I love the sun, and I think at least April onwards, it would be great. So yeah, thank you, everyone. Remember, you can check all the benefits of the Bybit VIP program. Is going to be on the description. And yeah, thank you, everyone. Gonna see you in the next live streaming. Done.